Hi, this video is about the Razor Software CM tool. The Razor Software CM tool has been around for over 20 years. It runs on Windows, Linux, Unix, or Solaris. I'm going to show you guys this Razor tool running on a Linux operating system. First thing I'm going to do is open the terminal window, and then I'm going to start one of the three clients. The Issues client is the first tool that most people use when they begin to use Razor. This Issues tool contains all the bug reports, enhancements, any changes that you want to make to your code. What I'm showing you here is the demo database. The demo database has got about 25 or 26 predefined issues that sort of explain what the tool is about. You've got the title of the issue in the middle. You've got the issue number to the left. Issue numbers start at 1 and they increase by 1 every time. There's an issue letter that goes along with every issue. In this case, the letter is I. You can change that letter to be any letter you want to. That's the extent of your customizations for the issue number. You get a new issue number every time you create a new issue. To the left of the issue number is a set of symbols that represent the values inside of the issue. That can be values like priority, or the status of the issue, or some setting like what platform the issue applies to, or what subsystem the issue might apply to. You can have up to 900,000 issues in a particular issue group. Razor also gives you the ability to have different issue groups. So this particular issue group can be for software. You can have another issue group for action items. You can have a third issue group for documents. They would all be accessed with this pull down. As you create more issue groups, they would be available to the users in this pull down here. You can change the view of your issue groups. You can filter and sort, for example, on all of the bugs, or all of the enhancements, or all of the urgent or high priority issues. You can see each time I click on a priority, the number of niche issues matching that selection changes down here. And if I click OK, I'm going to be looking at only the urgent and high priority issues. So I can change the display that way. If I want to go back and look at all the issues, I would just simply reset and all the filters go away, and I'm looking at all the issues in the database. Let's take a look at one of the issues in particular. To open up an issue, I would just double click on it. The issue form comes up. The issue is in read-only mode when it first starts up. I've got a set of attributes and fields at the top area of the issue. The bottom part of the issue, there are two text areas where I can type in anything that I need to type in to describe the problem or the enhancement. This area at the top is completely configurable, and the area at the bottom is fixed at two text areas. I can add any fields that I want and rename them to anything that is meaningful to me. I also have a couple of buttons at the top. The attach button allows me to attach any external file to this issue that I find on my file system. In order to attach a file, I would have to change the issue to modify. I would then click attach, and then I can add a file on my file system, anywhere in my file system, and put it attach it to the issue. That can be a screenshot, it can be an additional documentation for the enhancement, or whatever I need it to be. I can also see what activity has gone on with the issue. Have people used the issue to introduce files, to check out files, to check them in, and so forth. And this just shows me all the activity that's going on for that issue. Okay, let's take a look at the next tool. I'm dismissing the form because it's been modified. Let's take a look at the next tool, which is the versions tool. The versions tool is used for file management. With this tool, I can keep track of all the files that make up my project. I can organize them by folders, subfolders, and file names. Each of the files has a version number. This demo database has all the files at version 1. I can highlight a file and I can check it out for edit, or I can just take a look at it and do a read-only version of the file. I can also branch it and check out the branch, modify the branch, and then merge them back together if I need to. Another thing that I can do is uncheck out the file or check it back in once it's been checked out. If I've branched the file, I can terminate the branch. I can also promote the files. So files have states associated with them like reviewed, active, tested, and integrated. And just like the issues, these states are configurable, and I can change the states to be anything that I want to be. So if you want to check out a file, you would highlight the file, you would click Checkout for Edit, and in this window, I can associate the issue that's causing me to change the file. I can put it in a particular directory, whichever directory I choose. I can also add a title to it. The title is mandatory. You've got to use the title. If I want to associate an issue, I can just drag and drop it into the box. And now you can see that I've associated issue 17 with this checkout. I can also attach rules to this checkout process so that only certain users can check out certain files when they have an issue that's been assigned or approved. That type of business logic helps you manage your software development process. The third product is called Threads. And Threads is used to manage all your baselines. I can group all the code that I need to put together into a release in my Threads tool. Threads and versions go together. A Threads group and a versions group are pretty much synonymous. They go together. A versions group contains all of the files, and you can give it any name you want to. You can call this group code. I can get to different groups by changing the group that I'm pointing to, like this one has a different set of files. And what I can do with Threads is I can go to that same group. I can create a thread, which is essentially just a baseline. And I've got the same look at files in Threads, but I am including them in a particular thread. I've got this little window down here where I can include a file. And that way I can build the baseline that I want to in the thread. Every time I add a file to a thread, a plus sign shows up, and I'm essentially building a list of files that make up my baseline. I can add a whole bunch of files at a time by using the selection pull down. I can select a whole bunch of files at one time, or I can select files based on the issues that I have fixed or modified. In this case, I can put an issue in the issue window up top here, and any file that's been checked in or introduced with that issue would show up in the bottom area here, and I would be able to add them to my thread. This allows me to manage my software development effort by issues. In other words, an issue can be created for a problem, it can be approved, it can be used by the developers to change a set of files, and then it can be used by those same developers to update the baseline with those files. The test group can then take the baseline and test it and promote the baseline or the files and the threads into the tested or ready to be released state. This allows you to manage your software development effort with your business rules in a much more organized way than just simply changing any file that you want to anytime that you need to change, you want to change it. Well, that's it for your Razor demonstration. I'm hoping that you guys have gotten at least an idea of what the Razor product can do for you. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to call us. 1-800-6-VISIBLE is the phone number. Another way to get in touch with us is to send an email to razor_support@visible.com. Thank you.